Welcome back to my SoulRend playthrough. Let's see what else this Tinker's Citadel has. Nice! Another runic weapon. This time it's a twin blade. Just more armor and apotheosis gems. Let's get into the loot room and farm the mobs a bit for some experience until the spawners are depleted. Nice. A diamond block hidden in the rose quartz and andesite alloy. And brass inside the copper blocks. And there they are. Time to grind.
15 minutes later.
All done? Now I should have enough diamonds for the next step of the quest. Looking at these, I really should start doing some enchanting. But first, I made use of the parts I got earlier to automate the pressing. And some fans to do sand hunting and washing for nether quartz so I can make the inventory connector. I also made a salvaging table to break down the extra equipment for components. Setting up an enchanting spot. I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, let's find some catacombs for more loot. Some mine shafts. And a boss room. This usually has some good loot. Oh, agony. Death will be a sweet gift. Looks like I automatically jump back on the second part of the combo. Ah, the catacombs. Hopefully there's some good loot. Maybe a little more dodge for survivability. Then some sigil scrapping and merging of enchants. More catacomb farming for enchants to merge.
3 hours later.
Crafted my old glove, the Vanguard sword from my Casket of Reveries playthrough. Got a staff in my offhand and did some magic testing. Found the catacombs and beat the dead king inside. Getting the Necronomicon as a new spellbook. Get blasted! Reforged my accessories for even more stats and cooldown reduction. Went back to the catacombs to farm hordes of zombies for levels. Lightning Ball works a treat in these tight corridors. So many points! I went for the critical chance and critical damage multiplier as well as the damage boost. Let's see how I fare against the bosses needed to get into the nether. First up is Frostmaw. Nice. Over 200 damage per ball lightning. Let's get some legendary ink from an evoker in its tower. Gonna need Ascension to choose one of the bosses. Then Chain Lightning and Legendary Thunderstorm. Might as well go full Electricity Mage and get the Rada Lightning. More health and crit damage. Next, the Pharaoh's Rocknot. I'm Ruthie. Here's the monastery. There's Tongbi who gives us a jumping challenge. But we need bluff rods first. So let's find a spawner. Time for the test. We can use the spell Ascension to fly up instead of painstakingly jumping. You will need a lot of jump boost to do it anyway, so this is much easier. Now that those 4 are done, we need to beat Wardens for its 30% drop, the nether crystal. Time to use those levels to increase some stats. If you made it this far, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. It sure helps me a lot.